Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2023 reading. It's going to be a crazy one, just like every other month of this year has been crazy. We're not going to talk too much about astrology, but I did want to let you guys know that my June calendar is open. Um, it's filling up pretty fast, but I still have many spots left for the 6 month reading. And I also have 20% off of astrology and tarot readings, excluding the 6 month readings. But using the code SPRING23, you can get a one on one with me. I will not be doing Zoom readings. I'm just going to take a little break during the summer, July, maybe August. We'll see how that goes. I'm still going to be offering readings. They just won't be the live ones. So if you want to get like a full astrology reading or you want to get a tarot reading that's live with me, that's all 20% off. Use the code SPRING, SPRING 23. Okay. So let's get a surrender card first. See what it is that Scorpio is surrendering for June. Oh, nice. This is a good one. Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Surrender to success. I love that. And it's funny because like we talk about abundance looks different for everyone, right? So when you're looking back at the previous roadblocks, it may be that you're looking back at like the abundant, like what you used to think abundance looks like, because trust me, that is going to change. Just like your belief systems change, abundance is going to also look different. And it feels like there's kind of a new story that you're starting to tell for yourself when it comes to this abundance. So the first two cards that came out are really, really telling in a big way. We have two pages. The Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. You really might feel, some of you are dealing with children. I'm hearing that some of you are dealing with children, but for a lot of you, like the Page of Pentacles is about starting a new journey. It's like being the student, basically. Some of you could be starting going back to school and wanting to learn new things. The Page of Cups is like a desire or a want or a need or a longing in some way. And when we're longing and desiring and feeling like we need something and we're like focusing on that, it kind of can become really obsessive. The Sagittarius full moon that we're going to be having actually tomorrow is going to be full of obsession. Venus is going to be opposite Pluto. And that's a really, really, like, that can bring a lot of obsession into someone's life. So, be very careful. And you guys, being naturally ruled by Mars and traditionally ruled by Mars, but also Pluto in the modern astrology version of life. There is already kind of this natural obsession that you have, and that can help you to, like, it's a positive thing because it does help you to learn. It does help you to bring knowledge. Scorpios are some of the greatest detectives that I've ever known. You guys can really find the fine details of things and really look into it. But you can also get really lost, especially when you're not focusing on yourself. You can get really, really lost in the obsession of other people. You can get lost in the obsession of work. The Eight of Pentacles is here. The Eight of Pentacles, yes, it's about not skipping the steps, but it's also about really like monotonous. Like this guy is so focused, so he doesn't miss a step, that he's not really paying attention to anything else that's going on around him. So you can bury yourself in work. But I feel like the reason why you're doing that is because of this, the King of Swords and the Three of Swords. I feel like some of you are going through a grieving process right now. We talked about this last month too. And I think that even like there was another sign that's going through a pretty deep grieving process. It might have even been another water sign that's doing that this month as well. But the King of Swords and the Three of Swords, there's an air sign or somebody who, it may not be an air sign, but it may be somebody who's very sharp, who's very tunnel visioned. He very much, and it doesn't have to be a him. It could also be a woman, but he's just very like, this is how my life is going to look. And you can either be a part of it or you can just move along. Not really giving space for other people. And Scorpios need to have people give them space, and the Three of Swords. So I don't want to see you guys hiding behind your work. I really, really don't. I don't want you, like that's totally something that I would have done in the past. I was such a workaholic that I would compartmentalize my life, right? And like I would focus on the work, or I'd focus on this, or I'd focus on that. And you are going to be successful, but you don't have to kill yourself. This Three of Swords is not going to mend itself on its own, right? So it feels like a new healing journey. And moving forward on that. Let's keep going. We'll clarify the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Time to take the medicine. Okay. Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And it's funny because this person may even be the reason why you're not even feeling like you're good enough. There's some kind of betrayal and some kind of fight that's happening this month. And and it's funny because it feels like the reason for the new beginning or the new direction that you're taking right now is because of that arguing or because of that betrayal. So the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands on the Page of Pentacles, definitely don't argue with the kids. Like if they need to be disciplined, then discipline them. But kids don't need to be yelled at to be disciplined. They don't need to be hit or anything like that to be disciplined. But when it comes to your own particular journey, it almost may feel like you have to start over again. Like you may feel very bitter and angry because you're having to start over again. And that like there's this reinvention that's happening. And so I would really, I feel like it would be much more advantageous for you to not fight. Like if somebody has betrayed you, yes, justice is a thing, and yes, that absolutely needs to happen. But if you feel like someone has betrayed you and there's really no reconciling that's going to happen with that person, you got to ask yourself what kind of energy you want to give to that. Do you really want to keep on giving all of this energy to someone that made you feel small? Right? It made you feel like you couldn't even get a word in edgewise. It made you feel like you couldn't, do much. This feels very restricting is what I'm getting at. This arguing, this bitterness, this betrayal, this, kind of holding a grudge almost is what it feels like. You guys are really good at that. Let's be honest. It's, you get that stinger out and you sting a person, but then you keep going. Like, let it go. And that's that obsession, right? That's the obsession. It's time to focus on something else. If you're reinventing yourself or if you are allowing yourself to see abundance in a different kind of way, I want you to plant those seeds in a different kind of way also. The Seven of Pentacles with the Page of Cups is like, what is it that you really want? And take that longing and that desire and that pining energy and turn it into something a little bit more productive. Like whatever it is that you are dreaming up in your own world, you don't have to fight for it. That's the thing, is if it's a struggle for you, if you feel like you're having to fight for the success that you want, that's probably not the success that you need. There's probably a different type of success, because this world is full of that, full of so many different types of success. It's just, it's there for everyone. Like nobody's gatekeeping it. Nobody's trying to keep it from anybody. There are people that do try to keep success from other people. But when you're focused on yourself, you're not thinking about the other people. And that's the point. Like we gotta, kind of take a tip from the air sign and be a little bit more tunnel visioned instead of trying to try and do it all, right? Like you don't want to try and do it all. You want to get kind of into a focus. Some of you might want to try and do it all, but again, that's probably something that's going to like end up, you'll fall flat on your face because you are constantly like, you're not finishing. You're constantly grasping for new things to do without finishing the last thing. Okay. Yeah. You're not going to like it when I tell you to rest. You're not going to like it when I tell you that it's absolutely time for you to allow that success to come naturally, like super duper naturally, instead of, we got two extra cards over here. But yeah, you're not going to, like the Four of Swords on the Eight of Pentacles. Moving away from the battle zone and reinventing yourself means finding peace. When it's a lot of people don't even like the word peace anymore because everybody's talking about how to find peace and how to find peace and how to find peace. But are you really trying to find peace, or are you burying your head in the sand and pretending that nothing bad is happening? Yeah. That Four of Swords, when you are alone by yourself and you're allowing yourself to rest and you're meditating and you are using breath work, you're getting in touch with what's going on inside of you instead of looking at the mess that's happening on the outside. Refocusing yourself and turning inward can help the Seven of Pentacles grow. And it can help it grow a little bit faster than if you were focusing on what's going on outside of you. And you're going to need that inner peace. Part of that is so that you can have healthy boundaries. I don't use boundaries in the same way that other people do. A lot of people, and I've had to use my boundaries to remove people out of my life. But more than anything, my boundaries are used to let people in. Keeping certain people out of your life leaves space for the people that deserve to be in your life, the people that actually like want to help you and want to help lift you up and be there for you and, be a particular care, soft place to land. I don't think this air sign is that. I feel like this person, you need to have as much space as possible from this person. The healing will happen. Excuse me. Wow, I just got really fuzzy. Eight of Wands on the Three of Swords. The healing will happen. And I think it's going to happen pretty quickly, especially if you choose yourself, over other things, allowing that energy to wash in and, pull those swords out. Let's stitch up these things, this part of your heart that has been broken and hurt and battered and bruised. You may even hear, like, get some information. The Eight of Wands is like modern day texting or like talking to each other over direct messages or on social media or something like that. It's very fast energy. It's a lot of information that could be coming in, but it's healing for you. And I feel like that's happening and it's coinciding with this tower moment. So we have the tower with the Nine of Wands. There's something pretty big that's happening that you have to surrender to. It's funny. Tower moments aren't necessary. They don't have to be the worst thing that ever happened in your life, right? Like, they can just be a shift. It can be a belief change. It can be a perspective change. But I like to remind everybody that if you decide that you want to change your life in some way, if you decide you want to change your life, and there at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. So you have this decision to make. Like, what direction do I want to go in? Do I want to hold on to the bitterness? Do I want to hold on to the obsession of what somebody else did to me? Or do I want to surrender? This Nine of Wands is all about surrendering. You've already been through the fight. You're bandaged. You're bruised. And the Tower and the change is the natural discourse that comes along with changing your life, with shifting your life, with creating something different in your life. There's always going to be discourse. It's a matter of like, how are you going to handle the discourse? Are you up for the challenge? Are you going to sit there in bitterness? Are you going to obsess over it? Are you going to allow yourself to heal? Keep your boundaries strong. And I feel like that's what that crossroads is. You have decisions to make. And I feel like you're going to get answers, but I don't know that it's going to be an easy run to get those answers. So the best way to get those answers is going within and really taking care of yourself during this time. So I love you guys. If you need a little bit more in depth, this feels very much like someone's going through some turmoil. And I feel like someone's going through some turmoil and they're like right at this threshold where they're finding like this free aspect of them, but it's like not an it's not an easy road. You guys did not pick an easy journey to get to this, but I do think that you're going to get some answers. And I do think that if you allow yourself to kind of relax into what's happening in your life, these answers will come a little bit easier. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful June. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you later. Bye.